guard's intimidating. Ah, to Rani.
Welcome to trouble. Our little Captain Rana doesn't know what she's doing.
Are we in danger?
We spotted a ship offshore. I think it's the Daggerfall Covenant. They've claimed lands to the northwest across the High Rock and Hammerfell. It might be a scout, but I still think we're in for a fight.
Alright.
We have to evacuate. Rana has no idea what she's doing.
Can I help you with something?
I can understand you. Oh my, I'm not a skeever.
Are you supposed to be?
No. Follow me. I'll show you.
Alright, lead on. Feels like we shouldn't do that, but whatever.
Oh, thank Kine. You have it.
Can you explain what's going on?
My friends and I were out hunting in the woods when a mad mage ran up and began throwing spells at us. I think he only nicked me. He dropped that wand in the snow as he left.
What does the wand do?
I don't know how spells work. I tried picking up the wand, but it wouldn't let me. I think it does the spell, or undoes it. Look, my friends are Falta, Brend, and Runzenwald. They're skeevers now. Please find them and use the wand to fix them.
I'll look for them. Eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna call this here. Actually, no, let's... Let's go do this quest, then we'll call quits. So, who's the dead one?
There are bandits about.
I'm here to help you. Captain Rana sent me.
That's refreshing. Most days it's just Rana and me against the world. We have some work to do.
Complete quest.
That cursed ship is the least of our worries. Bandits are plundering the mine, looking for artifacts.
Why are they here?
They're alert, looking for something. Had to kill the one behind me before he warned the others.
How can I help?
How are you at subterfuge? I'll stay here and keep an eye on these bandits. Take the uniform from our friend here, then get down into the mine shacks and see what's going on.
I'll do it.
Grab some gear from our friend here. His kit will help you slip into the mine unnoticed.
How long have you reported Rana?
I've been her second in command since we arrived on the island. She really is a skilled commander. This just isn't her finest day. Or mine.
Why is this place called Hozzin's Folly?
I'm not entirely sure. It was named after a prospector who came out here with his family. They said they were mining for iron, but folks saw them wearing dark robes.
Dark robes? Were they cultists?
That's the story. One day there was a fire and the whole camp burned. Locals said they heard monsters roaring. The place has been boarded up ever since.
Presumably, something got killed by it, and the bandits are looking for artifacts. Correct inventory, some items will see through it and detect you. If you engage combat, it will be destroyed. What's with the random dead on the ground? Did you hit a village? How do, fellow bandits? Oh, sweet Christ. That's aggressive popping. Fleshflies? That's a concerning name. Here engage to find relics and power and bring them in payment depending on the nature of what's found. Scouts cultists used an old North tomb as worship space. Rasilov set traps and barrel mounds, expects flame traps, swords, or flaming swords. Calls as much as you like, the more the better, kind of when you meet. Covenant hired these. What's with all the dead here? Oh, so I have a pick. Apparently this game started off rough, but then they fixed it up. But, I never... That's what I heard. Never heard... Of the stat thing with this game. Just how unhinged it is. It just looks terrible, you know? Like you see those cheap games and it's just like, I have a 1 billion and whatnot. I've just seen too many of them. Any of that antics kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Thieves Guild skill on, of course. Sneaking will raise suspicion. Demonstrations. This oat tomb is perfect to practice our craft. No one will venture down here past the mine. The offerings to complete the Lady of Nightmares has opened the way. We've been given our own small pocket of the sacred realm. Construction begins tonight to create a suitable temple in our honor. When the temple is complete, we expect the realm will expand soon. The unspeakable sigil's consecration went just as we had hoped. My son will live forever at our side. Scamps, the smallest of our children, are appearing in the temples and deep in the mine. This can only be a sign of our love and favor. However, I expected our pocket of oblivion to be twice the size it is now, so it is pleased with us. Some of us have hatched a plan to sacrifice more to the faithful. Sure, that will capture attention and earn our just reward. Mythical Beast, Real Powers, by Druvis of Kolya, Proctor of the Imperial Library. In generations since the fall of the Cavalry Potentis, a new martial tradition has risen in Tamriel, which bears all the hallmarks of a coherent magical discipline, though it is said to be descended from the powers of legendary dragons. Those mortals who fought them are referred to so-called Dragon Knights. Whether or not their abilities originate from dragons, and you must give me leave to doubt it, for no dragons have been seen down rail for thousands of years, if there ever existed at all. The powers of skilled Dragon Knight can deploy are undeniable. Several right here in the capital city, members of the Tower Guard, have demonstrated some of their effects at my request. One of the Dragon Knights, a sergeant in the guard, showed me how he could wreathe himself in flame without being burned. I could feel the heat from several paces away. He then cast a loop of flaming chain around the target dummy and drew it to him, where it was quickly immolated. Finally, one of his subordinates burned another target dummy by literally breathing fire upon it. I was impressed. It was almost enough to make one believe in dragons. How do, fellow bandits? Oh. It's weird that you just move near them and they freak out, even though they're in the middle of a busy camp. Okay. Tiny cracks cover the surface of the ruined ward. May have once shown magical energy, but it's dark now. Upon further inspection, you see a small note attached to its base. Read it. Rogutter, keep this runestone out of mind. If you bring it near the unspeakable sigil, the portal closes, then we're cut off from relics. That means we don't get paid. If you don't understand, I'll start breaking fingers until you do. Maybe these were the cultists, and they got killed off. But no one buried the bodies or did anything. I guess that's meant to be the thing I'm meant to get from it. Just I figured the bodies would have been at least dealt with by people or animals. So what's with these runestones?
Get lost.
Why? The boss wants me to check the relics already found.
Come inside. We've almost made it past the scans. I heard them say the portal is just beyond.
Thanks.
Who are you? Please don't hurt me. Guards! Intruder!
And sorry, I can't get shit on him. But yeah, I just figured the bodies would have been dealt with, and it was a different crowd's cadavers, I was saying. Wouldn't this be heavily suspicious? Okay, that's so obvious. Why hasn't anyone else grabbed that? I really don't know how. It's just some shiny bit of crystal. Maybe only I can see it. Now I already grabbed one because the old man summoned it in. Maybe others can't really see it. Mace Etiquette. Warriors sometimes make the mistake thinking that there's tactics with a mace. They assume that sword is all about skill and mace is only about strength and stamina. As a veteran instructor in mace tactics, I can tell you that they're wrong. Wielding mace properly is all about timing and momentum. Once the swing of the mace has begun, slowing it or stopping it is difficult. Fighters committed not just to blow, but also to recall. Begin your strike when the opponent's leaning forward, hopefully off bounds. It's completely predictable that he'll lean back, so aim for a point behind his head. By the time the mace gets there, his head will be in its path. The mace should be held at ready, shoulder high. The wind-up should not extend past the shoulders by more than a hand's width when swinging lead butt with the elbow. As the elbow passes the height of your collarbone, extend the forearm like a whip. The extra momentum will drive the mace faster and harder, causing far more damage. At the moment of impact, let the wrist loosen. The mace will bounce and hurt a stiff wrist. Allow the recoil of the blow to drive the mace back into ready position, preparing the warrior for a quicker second strike. Was that a tattoo on its chest? For notice, I'm just going to assume it was a weird, oddly high womb tattoo. Just timing. How, if you got a brightly drenched tarp, you could probably cover it with it. You know, it lasts for a bit. Why would I enter? I got the runestone to close it. Cutthroat. That's random. Ooh, nice. Legendary Censored Tour First Edition by Matera Chapel. During the Skyrim conquest, First Era 240 to 415, ambitious Highland Earls, envious of the conquest and wealth of their northern cousins in High Rock and Morrowind, looked south over the ramparts of the Gerald Mountains for opportunities. Gerald Mountains proved to be too great a barrier, northern Cyrodiil too poor a prize to reward full-scale Nord invasions. However, Lysra hired many ambitious Nord and Breton warbands as mercenaries with promise of rich lands and trade concessions. Once settled among the victorious Alessian Cyrodiils, the Nord and Breton warriors and battle mages were quickly assimilated into the comfortable and prosperous Nebinese culture. Alessia received a divine inspiration for her slave rebellion at Santa Tor, and here she founded her holy city. Sancretor's mines provided some wealth, but the poor soils and harsh climate of the remote mountain site meant it must be supplied with food and goods from the heartlands. Further located on one of the few passes through the Jarls, its fortune was subjected to the instability of relations with Skyrim. When relations were good with Skyrim, it prospered through trade and alliance. When relations were bad with Skyrim, it was vulnerable to siege and occupation by the Nords. With the decline of the Alessian Order, circa First Era 2321, the seat of religious rule of Cyrodiil moved south to the Imperial City, but Sancretor remained a mountain fortress and major religious center. Alessian historians asserted that Sancretor was magically concealed and defended by the gods. Right, Sancretor's repeated defeats and occupations by northern invaders give lie to this assertion. The entrance to the Citadel was indeed concealed by sorcery, and the Citadel and its labyrinthine subterranean complex was defended by magical traps and illusions, but secrets were betrayed to besieging Nords by the Breton enchanters who crafted them. One enduring feature of the legend of Sancretor is the ancient tombs of the Roman emperors. Following the defeat of the first Akavi invaders, Sancretor enjoyed a brief resurgence of wealth and culture under Romain Cyrodiil, and his descendants remained first and remained third. tracing his ancestry to Saint Alessia and following the tradition that Saint Alessia was buried in catacombs beneath Sancretor, Rain built splendid funerary precincts in the depths of the ancient citadel underpassages. Here the last remaining emperor, Romain III, was buried in his tomb with the Amulet of Kings. Sancretor has laid in ruins since the middle of the Second Age, and the surrounding region is virtually uninhabitable. Now all communications with the north are through the passages of Coral and Bruma, and Sancretor's citadel and other passages have become the refuge of various savage goblin tribes. Editorial note. There is a competing tradition that Saint Alessia is buried on the site of the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. The actual resting place of Saint Alessia is unknown. Well, start desecrating them. Oh yeah. I regen far too hard to even need it. Come on. I dare you. Bonk. Puncturing strikes can now be morphed? What? Looking more for one skill point. I don't have any, so no. Oh, that was easy. I was thinking I would have to run or... Oh, it just brought me right out here. Very nice of it. How did you get in?
So, what did you find out?
The bandits were contracted by the Daggerfall Covenant to steal a Daedric artifact.
A Covenant contract? I smell a distraction. That ship we spotted might be the start of an invasion. We've got to get back to the village.
Part of the trainee set. Complete.
Orc-loving Covenant cowards.
What now?
You found the evidence. The Covenant sent these bandits and that means trouble. I'll head back and warn Captain Rana. You'll need to find as many missing people as possible.
I'll find as many as I can. Oh, wait. If she can do that, why didn't she just do it? Whatever. I hate that voice. I want to hit that voice. We got the racial Nord skills. Reveler. Increase experience gain with two-handed weapons by 15%. Increase duration of any consumed drink by 15 minutes. Resist frost. Increase stamina. Increase physical and spell resistance. Class. Spear. Okay, can we go from puncturing strikes to puncturing sweep or jabbing bites? Onto relentless assault striking enemies. A new effect. Converts to a stamina ability, increases your weapon critical rating when used. You heal for a percentage of damage done, and it's the advised morph. Do it. Oh, this can also be done. You want Breath of Life. Heals second target for 1/3 of the amount. Funds part build cost when used to heal an injured target. Sure. The note from the leader of the Frost Edge Pillagers. The work at Hozzin's goes slowly, capturing villagers you find and bring them back to camp. Then you can trade them for food. Accept the villagers living or dead, wherever they want to play it. Njord done. Oakbreaker. I have stopped some local bandits. I'll burn the supplies and rescue prisoners. You know what? I think I can get into this, even if it is a little weird. Even if it is a little funky. Ooh, that's nice. Too often in MMOs, you see plenty of items and you just can't loot for shit. Actually, what I already had was better. There. Well, some of it was better anyway. Oh. What mind if I do? You know what? I can see myself kind of getting into... Oh. No. Everyone's ground. I can actually see myself getting into this game a bit. Like... Gameplay-wise, it is fun. Just presentation is questionable. Wait, why do I have chains on? Ooh, that's actually is quite far away. I'm gonna finish this quest and I'll call quits for tonight. The server's about to go down. It's late, and I need to be awake early. So it's a few twofer, threefer. But I will try to come back and play more. I'm just playing this because I've been wanting to do it for ages, and I was a bit tired of WoW for the time being. Again, I don't know why I'm in shackles. Oh, was it because I was in the jail over there and it never came off? Yeah. Oh, I can use poison. Hmm. There we go. But, yeah, I will come back and try and record a bit more. At this stage, it just, I was played enough WoW today, and I wanted to finally get around to this. So, though that being said, I'm not sure when this is coming out. So, uh, beyond like I have to go edit, uh, and I have a lot to edit before it, which is also going to delay things. So. Okay, why are they dead here? Oh, is it a case of the other players going through? Okay. I had a torch? Apparently. Ugh. Screw lockpicking. I need training in it or something. Oh, you're the leader. Oh. My inventory's full. Wish we could just break it open. DDO. Cellular items a vendor stored in an account bank or purchase backpack from a pack merchant. Sure.
You're not one of the bandits. Help me.
How did it capture you?
They got me in the forest. We were gathering firewood. Dedring, my brother, tried to fight. They split his skull with an axe. I thought I was a dead man until you arrived.
Let me untie you.
Shore's bones. Thank you. I'd like to kill every one of those bandits, but I'm no fighter. I'm glad you are. Kill a few for Dedring. I'll buy you a drink back at the village.
Oh, that's nice. It pauses. When you go offline. Sure. Okay. No, we're gonna find everyone that's missing. I just need to empty my inventory. Okay, other side of this building. This one.
Everyone stay calm. We've done all this before. Let's finish this.
Grocer.
I don't remember why I came here, but I have every regret for doing so. If I could move backwards through time, I would slap myself.
Tell me about provisioning.
Of course, we provisioners practice the arts of cooking and brewing. Good food requires the best ingredients.
So. I have no junk. Great sort of flame. Increased experience gained from kills by 7%. Eh. I'm sad.
Pains me to think of leaving this place behind. But maybe...
Potency improvement. Tell me about enchanting.
Of course. Enchanting is the art of empowerment.
Fundamental world.
Exactly. Runes can be extracted from glyphs you find while adventuring. It's a delicate process, so you'll have to return to one of our workstations to proceed. Note that the glyph will be destroyed in the process.
Okay. Let's type. Crafting unknown runes allows to discover what they are.
Hurrade, Magdari, Jejota.
Inferior glyph of increased magical harm. Add spell harm, fine. Okay. And, you know what, I'll read that next time. Hope you've enjoyed. Till then, Chunky Fire Dog. Till then.